All right, 2 minutes is up. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks for joining our session today, where we will be educating you or showcasing our 4G 5 megapixel solar camera and sharing how we can bridge the gap between the limitations of remote sites and how our video intelligence can address these gaps in these areas. My name is Katrina Scanterbury. I am the territory manager for the Caribbean at Bolide. And again, welcome. At the end of the session, I will be going through any questions that you might have. So feel free to drop those questions in the chat, and I will be able to address those for you at the end of the session. So, Bolide, who we are a worldwide manufacturer of surveillance products. We manufacture everything from IP surveillance, analog cameras. We also have mobile surveillance. We have the solar camera that we're going to go through today, and we also have body cams. We started from humble beginnings 30 years ago, about 30 years ago. And in that beginning stage, we created or manufactured covert cameras for law enforcement and private entities. And over the years, that portfolio has expanded to what it is today. And solutions that we have mentioned just now to address or to bridge the gap between the verticals that need these types of solutions. As I mentioned, we are a global manufacturer. We have offices in our head office is in San Dimas, California. This is also where our warehouse is located. So all of our shipments are sent from our California warehouse. We have an office in Mexico. We also have another office in Bogota, Colombia. And we also have small offices in El Salvador, Dubai, and Barcelona, to name a few. As I mentioned, I am the territory manager for the Caribbean. The Caribbean region is new for us, so we're now tapping into this particular region and making sure that we can service the customers in this area from our offices in Panama. Even though we're in Panama and we're in Colombia and we're in Mexico, all of our products are shipped from our head office in California. So we are here to discuss our solar camera. Our solar camera is a fully autonomous surveillance camera. It has 4G connectivity. It's designed for remote or infrastructure limited locations. We have quite a few of those in the Caribbean and around the region where this particular solution will be able to address those limitations. The system integrates with the solar panel and it has rechargeable batteries on board, enabling reliable off-grid operations without the need for wired power or network connections. It's equipped with a 5 megapixel Starlight sensor and a camera. It has a motorized 5 to 50 millimeter lens. The camera delivers 24/7 full color imaging. So even in night mode, we still have that full color capabilities. Where in normal scenarios, infrared has a big limitation showing us key aspects of an investigation. So full color 24/7, even in extremely low light environments. It's built for continuous outdoor monitoring, and it also has two-way audio. It has an integrated light and alarm sensors and alarm sound alarms. So when an alarm is detected, we do have that onboard siren that alerts the intruder or also the monitoring station that there is an alarm to be drawn to their attention. Real-time video streaming over cellular network. It has a 4G SIM card slot that ensures that you have instant visibility and rapid response from virtually anywhere in the world. It is ONVIF compliant, and we have the latest profile of ONVIF on the camera, which is Profile M, which stands for metadata. The camera is also fully NDAA compliant, which means that it's manufactured within the US. Some of the features that we have with the onboard analytics on the camera, um, some of the big ones that you are aware of, license plate detection, license plate recognition. We have region exiting, video tampering, which is a key element for understanding, obviously, in those remote locations, if the camera or the video is being tampered with, this initiates an alert in your app to let you know that someone is trying to tamper with the camera. Vehicle and pedestrian detection. This is a big one, especially in those remote areas. Understanding not only if there's motion detection, but the ability to classify that detection that has been generated, if it's a pedestrian, i.e. a human, or if it's a vehicle, which means that this is a true alarm that needs to be attended to. Perimeter intrusion, this goes hand in hand with that pedestrian and vehicle detection, as I mentioned. Line crossing, understanding if you draw a virtual perimeter around the region that the camera is protecting, if that line has been crossed, but not only if that line has been crossed, but understanding if that line has been crossed by a vehicle or a pedestrian. Cross counting is another big one. Heat mapping. Heat mapping is great for solar farms, especially if you're going to be deploying our solar camera in a solar farm environment. Understanding when those solar panels, the threshold for that heat rises or it dips below where it's supposed to be. This can generate an alert, whereas you have the ability to um, respond to these particular areas. Crowd density, Q length detection. We have rear sound detection. And with that rear sound detection, we have the ability to determine if that sound is a gunshot, a glass breaking, maybe a child screaming. We have the ability to configure different wave sounds inside of the software, inside of the VMS, to allow the camera to search for these particular sounds in the area. Object detection, sound detection, intrusion, and region entrance. These are all configurable in our VMS, which is free to download. And we have the ability to configure any of these alerts based on the environment that the solar camera will be in. So fully customizable, we have the ability to customize the license plates, understanding the plates that are in the vicinity of this camera, the ability to create whitelist or blacklist for these plates. So in the event that a vehicle comes into the area, it performs a intrusion alert, and the person in this vehicle or that vehicle trespasses on numerous occasions, you have the ability to create a blacklist for that vehicle, for that plate, and understand whenever that vehicle comes back into the vicinity of that solar camera. Similarly, we have motion detection, as I mentioned, but the ability to classify that motion object, determining if it's a vehicle or if it's a pedestrian. So quite a few analytics that we have on board of this camera. It's a suite of analytics that we have available. They are available remotely as well. So with that SIM card installed into the solar camera, you have the ability to connect directly to the camera's interface or to connect it to our VMS or our mobile app, which are all free to download and free to use, so that you have full control over the solar camera, even in those remote scenarios. So for the technicians, the integrators on the line, you have the ability, if this camera reports that there is an alarm or there is a technical issue that's happening with the camera, you can remotely tap into the configuration, but you can also tap into the alarms and see what's happening straight on the go from your mobile app or from your VMS software. The camera that we have, as I mentioned, is a 5 megapixel camera. It has a 5 to 50 millimeter lens. We have onboard SD card slots that go up to 1 TB for your edge recording, which means that this camera records on itself. It's autonomous, as I mentioned in the beginning, which means that the camera records on itself. It has the ability to have its own interface, and it does not need to be connected to an NVR. It is solar panel powered. We have the wireless 4G connectivity as well. So if you have Wi-Fi connections in the remote areas, you can also leverage the Wi-Fi connectivity from the camera to create your viewing scenarios. It has built-in speakers, built-in microphone to give you that two-way audio capability. If someone is in the vicinity of the camera that's, doing something they're not supposed to be doing, you have the ability to speak through the cameras straight from the app, and that speaker on the camera will allow the persons in that area to hear you. We also have a built-in siren, so any alarms that are triggered, we can initiate that output on the siren and permit an audible alert in that area. Warm lights and infrared, as I mentioned, we have the ability to have full color at night on this camera and full color 24/7. So even in low light situations, we have the ability to still have full color on demand. What's in the box? What comes with the camera? So when you purchase that solar camera from us, it comes with the solar panel. And the dimensions are here 33.67 inches by 15.75 by 0.98 inches. It's not that big of a panel. It has the batteries that are on board for the to power the solar panel. It comes with one battery, but it supports up to four batteries. And these batteries are sold separately by us. So if you need more than one battery, we are definitely able to provide some additional batteries for you. It also comes with a pole mount bracket, so it's ready to deploy onto a pole, and it has that 4G antenna, two 4G antennas, along with the 4G camera. This is a quick overview of the battery placement. As I mentioned, it comes with one battery on board the unit when you purchase it from us, but you have the ability to install up to four batteries. And obviously, with more batteries means there's longer uptime for the camera, more runtime, and more ability to have this camera running for a longer period. Architecture overview. And this is the architecture that we went over here, understanding the different components that come in the box with the camera. The solar panel and the battery provide autonomous power. As I mentioned, it supports up to four batteries. The batteries include protection against overcharging, deep discharge, and short circuit events. So it's fully able to protect against these parameters. 4G LTE connectivity enables remote access, as I mentioned, remote access via our app or via our VMS software, which are both free to download from the Play Store or our mobile app. It's available on Google Play and also the Apple App Store. And our VMS is free to download on our website, boliteco.com. Edge analytics reduce false alarms with bandwidth usage, central monitoring via the VMS and mobile apps, as I mentioned. So with the ability to leverage this type of camera, it's a all-in-one solution. So no need for the power, no need for LAN, no need for an NVR. This is fully autonomous, integrated AI analytics for perimeter and intrusion detection, the ability to classify objects, be it a human or a vehicle. Remote access via a license-free VMS, as I mentioned, is free to download on our website. Even if you want to test our VMS today, it's available for download on our website. You can test it. It's fully ONVIF compliant. So if you want to use it to test with any other cameras, you can do so by downloading it on our website. The solution is designed for fast installation and deployment. As I mentioned, it comes with that pole mount bracket and also the solar panel along with the camera. So it's ready to deploy straight out of the box. We do have videos on our YouTube channel. This is Bolide Technology on YouTube. And if you go on our YouTube, we have an unboxing video, and we also have a more technical video showing you how to set up and configure the solar panel and the solar camera. Easily operate for approximately 7 days without sunlight with just one battery. So even if we have just one battery without sunlight, and obviously for us in the Caribbean, there aren't many days that we see there's no sun. Even in the low light scenarios, we still have some type of sunlight emitting through the clouds. So we have the ability to have longer run times, approximately 7 days. Sometimes it could be longer. It takes approximately 2 hours to fully charge each battery. And the lifespan of this particular camera and solution is 10 years. So straight out of the box, you have a 10-year solution, low maintenance. You have all the components that are needed for your installation deployment straight out of the box. So fully autonomous, a 10-year lifespan, 2 hours to fully charge each battery, and this solution is ready to be deployed. Common applications that we can leverage the solar camera for. We have the farms, so agriculture. We have farms and ranches, farms and medicinal farms that are now pretty popular in the Caribbean. They're popping up all around the different islands. These are the types of farms that need to be protected with surveillance. And even outside of those medicinal farms, just a traditional farm, because there's so much stealing going on right now, you can protect these farms with the solar cameras. Highways and traffic monitoring. We have construction sites for obvious reasons. While they're under construction, there's no infrastructure in place. In these scenarios, you can definitely leverage our solar camera. Car parks and airports. Car parks is a big one, especially for the supermarkets. For us, we have some big, massive supermarkets around the different islands. There's a difficulty in getting infrastructure to the light poles in the car parks. You can leverage this type of solution for those areas and eliminate those limitations. Some of the challenges that we are able to address with the remote surveillance and with the solar camera. Island and land geography limitations limits fiber and wired infrastructure. And for the installers on the line and the integrators, it's a major headache to run infrastructure, especially if the building or the supermarket or car park has already been fully been constructed. To trench, to now create a pathway for infrastructure sometimes is a very, very big limitation. It's very costly. So in those scenarios, instead of trenching, instead of trying to figure out how you're going to get infrastructure in place, especially to those car parks or those big car parks that have the lights spread widely apart, you can leverage the solar camera in these instances. Extreme weather increases infrastructure vulnerability. As we know, if you use the wrong cables, if you use the wrong infrastructure underground, the weather and the elements will tear that cable and the conduits up in no time, and that exposes the cable to numerous vulnerabilities. Theft and vandalism are driving project delays, especially in the construction area. When it's under construction, there's a lot of vulnerability when the site is left unattended. If you don't have guard patrols at night and you don't have visibility for via cameras, then a number of thefts is reported. And there's obviously a high recurring cost for guards and patrols. That sometimes the construction site really does not have the budget to support. So you can leverage these types of solutions in those areas and eliminate the need for recurring costs for guards and patrols. Limited visibility in remote areas obviously translates to delayed responses. There are no there's no guard on site to report that there's theft, which obviously uh, leads to high losses. Why solar cameras are gaining adoption. It's not about replacing CCTV or the traditional CCTV. It's about filling the gaps where wired systems fail. It's not in every scenario that we can leverage a wired camera scenario, but we have the ability to leverage the solar camera, wireless cameras in these areas. For the commercial grade solar cameras, because there are many solar cameras out in the industry, many of them are not solar grade. And many of them are just for home use or for just the small retail areas. When we're speaking about projects, when we're speaking about construction and these types of projects, you need a commercial grade solution, and we have that readily available. Lower total cost of ownership for the end users. At the end of the day, the ability to eliminate infrastructure and to the ability to deploy a solution that's fully autonomous. You simply secure it onto a pole, connect your solar panel to the camera, and insert your SD card and your SIM card into the solar camera, and your solution is ready to be deployed. Autonomous monitoring aligns with temporary projects, as I mentioned, with the construction, especially in those areas. Seasonal operations like events, when there are events around the different islands, maybe a sports event, maybe a cultural event, you can deploy these types of solutions to provide that added level of security. Emergency deployments, if you have an emergency situation and the customer needs a quick, fast solution, these are the types of cameras that you can leverage for those areas. Benefits for the integrators and the installers on our call, faster installs with fewer dependencies, expanded accessible market across the islands, the ability to offer turnkey solutions to your customers, and obviously the big one here is the opportunities for managed monitoring services. For those of you that have the ability to create this level of service for your customers, this is a great camera and great solutions to leverage that managed monitoring services for, because all the alerts are triggered in the VMS and on the mobile app or in your monitoring station, and then you have the ability to update your customers on any true intrusion detection alerts. Key takeaways here. Solar cameras solve remote deployment challenges. This is a known fact. There are practical tools and not niche products. And this is what I mentioned with the number of solar cameras that are in the industry today. Many of them are not solar grade, as I mentioned, and project-based cameras. So we have to be able to differentiate between the two and know which type of solution we're going to deploy in the environment that is best suitable for our customers. Enable security where traditional CCTV cannot, and create new growth opportunities for the integrators and for the channel. New growth opportunities being you have the ability to provide a managed service for your customers, monitoring the solution for them, and being able to provide reports at a frequency that is determined by both parties. Is it weekly? If it's monthly, you have the ability to create these reports and push them to your customers from your monitoring station scenario. Questions and topics that we want to discuss, and I will be looking into the chat for these deployment scenarios. What type of scenarios that you have encountered over the years that the solar solution can be leveraged. Carrier compatibility. Now we have the ability to connect many different ISPs around the world. For most of us in the Caribbean, we have Digicel, we have Flow. These are both compatible. But even on the compatibility side, we also have the ability to provide global SIMs. So if you need a global SIM, we have the ability to provide that for you. Integration with existing systems, this is also possible. The camera is ONVIF compliant. Our platforms are also ONVIF compliant. And we are at the latest profile, which is Profile M, which stands for metadata. So we have the ability to integrate existing cameras or existing systems into our VMS and vice versa. Distribution and training opportunities. As I mentioned, from our warehouse in California, we have the ability to ship these solutions straight to you or straight to your freight forwarders in Miami. Training opportunities are also available. We have monthly webinars just like this one that we're hosting today, where we have the ability to educate you on a number of the solutions that we have, but also have the ability to cater to dedicated training sessions for you and your team members, and if needed, any customers. Certifications are also available. If you need to certify any of your team members, this is also available, and we provide the certificate at the end of the certification, as long as you pass that certification. Coming soon, we will have a new solar camera solution. It's going to have two cameras instead of one, and that external speaker, as we mentioned. And coming after this one, we will have a PTZ solar camera that will be available. I just wanted to quickly jump back here to the industry challenges. I'm from Barbados. I know that the surveillance industry is having multiple challenges, especially in the construction area, especially in those supermarkets that have wide and long car parks. It's a major challenge to get cables run to these light poles. Obviously, because the light pole has a power cable that has a high voltage running next to it, the inability to run cables directly in the same conduits or close to those power cables is a very big limitation. So deploying one or two of these solar cameras in those car park areas to leverage the AI features that we have, vehicle and pedestrian analytics, as I mentioned, and detection, Understanding license plates. If someone comes into the supermarket, for instance, and they steal, are they getting into a vehicle? Is this vehicle a vehicle that traverses our car park on a day-to-day basis? How often does this come to the supermarket? These are the types of analytics that we can leverage in these types of scenarios for our customers and to help them to understand what's actually breaking or breaching their perimeters or their facilities. Line crossing is another big one, and coupled with that intrusion detection and true intrusion detection, understanding what objects are actually breaking your perimeter and not just a alert saying that is motion detected. This creates false alarms. It creates a false sense of response for the response teams. If you see multiple motion alerts, and every time you look at the footage, you see that it's a tree or it's a piece of plastic that's blowing across the camera that's picked up the motion detection, it means that that officer or that person that's monitoring the solution is not going to be truly interested in those alerts after a certain time. So the ability to leverage the AI where you have classifications and not just alerts based on motions. License plate detection, as I mentioned, the ability to create those whitelists and blacklists. This is also available on that camera. And this is a full AI suite that is fully configurable in the software. As I mentioned earlier, we do have a video on our YouTube channel from a previous webinar that we did on the solar camera, a technical webinar that goes through the full setup of the solar camera from unboxing all the way to configuring every single detail to get your camera online. Even when the camera is online, you still have remote access via our software to remotely configure that camera. So if you deploy the camera in the field and you did not configure something at that point, you still have the ability to go back through the software and reconfigure the camera. One battery comes on the camera, as I mentioned, but we have the ability to support up to 4 batteries, and we sell these batteries separately. So if you need some additional batteries at any given moment, you can reach out to us and we are able to provide those for you. Every month we have webinars. So every month this a webinar will be circulated, and each month we focus on a different product that allows you to have visibility for not just the products that we have available, but also understand how they can work in your environment and how you can leverage these types of video surveillance for you and for your customers. Any questions and queries coming out of this webinar? If you do forget or if you don't have any questions at the moment and you think about them later and you want to send us any questions, feel free to send me an email. My email is katrina@bolightco.com. We also have the marketing email that's available. We have our technical support, Mike Lugo at bolightco.com if you need any support from the technical team. Webinars are recorded and uploaded to our website as well. So if you need to review any webinars that you may have missed in the past, please feel free to log on to our website, bolightco.com. And on our website, you will be able to find all past recorded webinars and also any videos that we have uploaded. Online training is available via Zoom, as I mentioned. We also have the ability to do in-person training if needed. Our catalog is now available. Our 2026 catalog is available for download. You can download this on our website as well. So anything that you need to source or find about our products and solutions, you can go onto our website and find this information if you do not come directly to me, which I hope that you would. Thank you for your time. Please scan the QR code that you see here on the screen. This will take you to our link tree where you're able to download any product information. You will be able to see our catalog and our brochures are readily available, and to just have great visibility of our social medias and any information about Bolide is available here. My contact information is also on the screen. My cell phone number is WhatsApp ready, or iMessage ready. My email is also available. So if you need to reach out to me to ask any questions after the session, please feel free to reach out.